Chinese food and wine pairing event last night, which was really perfectly matched, I thought. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I know that you have started an association in Burgundy. Tell us a little bit about this Women's Winemakers Association. When you started, what was your inspiration to put this together?
So I founded this association in 2000. Okay. We just celebrated the 10th birthday of this association.
Last year.
We were at the beginning 6 female winemakers, and now we are about 38. From Chablis to the north, yeah. Côte de Nuit, Côte de Beaune, Côte Chalonnaise and Mâconnais. So we represent all Burgundy. So I'm very proud about this association because at the beginning we created this group to share different experiences, different knowledge about winemaking, informations about the trade, to share different things together, to know each other's, yes. And to try to taste to different estates, yes. Really to improve our knowledge and to share different experiences. In our association in Burgundy, yes. 99% of the women are winemakers.
Okay.
This is really our, our first goal, and our first aim was to share the technique experience and the winemaking experiences. Mm-hmm. But some of them are much more involved in the marketing or trade part, yes.
But they're mostly winemakers.
Mostly winemakers, yes.
And what do you feel as a group? I mean, I know that as a woman, I'm sure you have a different experience than a man in the wine industry. Is it in Burgundy? Is it still a very small minority of women?
Yes, it's a minority.
Less than 10%, or?
Oh yeah. Yes, it's a minority, but I think in Burgundy, it's a wine region very traditional, but also very modern, with an open mind. You know, the mind is changing now very much, and so for us, of course, we are a minority because on 4,500 different wine growers, I think we are less than 1%, something like that. But it's growing. It's growing in the family. Now women or daughters they can go to school and to learn winemaking. It's not now very rare.
Right. And why was it traditionally so male-dominated?
Oh, I think it's a long. You haven't explained about the Bible. The Bible said it was not good for women to drink wine and to eat the product of vineyard. The women was not allowed to go in a cuverie, in a cellar, yes. During many years because the men were afraid about this old superstition or this old mind. So that's why, but it's changing now.
Yes, wonderful. Yes. That's great. Tell us, and last night you started telling the audience a little bit about the 1935 Grand Cru status of some of the vineyards in Pommard, where your domain is located. Can you give us a little bit more history? Because I was fascinated by that.
You know, the classification in Burgundy exists for a very long time, because it was the Cistercian monks, right, who were the first to identify the very famous plot of land better than some others. Yes. So, but in 1935, the INAO, the National Institute for EOC, yes, was created, yes, and they decided to make an official classification for all the climat in Burgundy, yes, all the appellations in Burgundy. And in Pommard, two very special lieux-dits, climat, plot of land, were classified in Grand Cru. It was Pommard les Épeneaux, yes, and Pommard les Rugiens. But in fact, at this time, the period was a little bit confused, and the people from Pommard, they refused the classification in Grand Cru, because at this time you had to pay a lot of taxes, and of course the average, the yield is lower than for a Premier Cru or a village appellation. So they refused the classification. But now we are trying to reclassify les Épeneaux and les Rugiens in Grand Cru.
Yes. What is it specifically about those two now Premier Cru plots that make it Grand Cru status? What is specific composition of the soil?
Yes, it's a combination of different elements about the terroir. I mean, the geology, the subsoil, the soil, the environment, the erosion, the exposure to the sun, and it's well known that these two Premier Cru have a quality higher than the others, and also the price. We sell more expensive these two Premier Cru compared with the others.
Yes, yes.
It's about the price of a Grand Cru Corton.
Sure.
So the recognition is evident. So that's why we are trying to do that. But it's a very long process. Anyway, you have some very good wine growers everywhere, and I can.
Not the growers, but the terroir, the site. Do you think it really is all equally distributed as a high quality?
I think in Corton it's relatively more homogeneous than some other part. Yes, I think so. Yes.
Okay, great. And I know that you've been coming to Asia for many years, Japan being one of your most important markets. How do you see Hong Kong and China, more specifically, in the next 10 years, how do you see China and Hong Kong positioned compared to the other parts of Asia?
I think what is fascinating here is people enjoy more and more about wine. And you can find the best Burgundy lovers are in Hong Kong. But it's a very, very top quality market with people who really enjoy wine, who are interested to know more about wine. This is for us absolutely fantastic to meet people like you, because you know very well wine, of course, but you meet some people, they are very, they need to know, they need to meet you and to know your history, and they are very,
eager to learn.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But what I enjoy very much is traveling all over the world, and especially in this part of the world, because there is something fascinating that you can't explain. The people are so nice and so open to wine consumption, trying to taste some lesser known appellations besides some great names, and it's very open. So that's why definitely Hong Kong, especially because it's a window on the rest of China and on the rest of Asia. Yeah. So that's why it's really fantastic and a very good market in the future. Yes.
So we'll be seeing you more often.
Oh, definitely.
Great.
Definitely.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you very much, Jeannie. Thank you.